Hey music community, I've been buying vinyl for 1 year, and here's what I've learned during that time. Okay, yeah, it's been a year full of spending money on music, and that's okay. I'm back into music again, so I'm happy to spend my money on this. I pushed some other things that I need to buy aside, but I wouldn't have it any other way, you guys. So here's what I've learned in the year that I've been buying vinyl. For some of you who have been buying for years, some of this information may seem kind of like common knowledge or redundant. So if you don't want to watch this video, that's fine. It's kind of just, I'm putting it out there for newbies or anybody who wants to start buying vinyl. So here's just kind of like tips or a guide of things I've learned. First of all, I don't like to use the term collect, because when I hear the term like collecting vinyl, I think of people who are just seeking out certain pressings or issues to buy so they can like earn a profit for them down the road. That's not really my end goal. First and foremost, I'm just into the music. It's all about the music for me. And sure, there are pressings that are more optimal and better sound quality, but I'm just wanting the music first of all. And as long as I avoid foremen with beards, I think I'm doing pretty well. When I first started buying, like my first couple months, I went absolutely berserk. I went crazy. Like I just bought all the used vinyl I could in a short amount of time. I just got caught up in the high of it. Like, ooh, I need to amass a large amount of vinyl right away. No, that was a mistake, because I actually ended up getting rid of quite a bit of that early vinyl I bought, just because I found out like I wasn't gonna listen to it much down the road. So it was kind of a waste. And yeah, I wasn't thinking about what I was buying. Like I felt I had to obtain a lot initially. You don't need to do that. Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes here because I just thought of this idea and I wanted to run with it while it was like fresh in my mind. You're gonna learn that you need to sample, sample, sample. This is solid, crucial advice that Bobby Gass told me early on, and I really have followed that advice to a T, or almost every time. Now, there's certain times like record shows where you will not have time to sample an album, or if you're shopping at a record store and it's pretty busy and you didn't bring your headphones or anything, so you can't sample it. So sometimes I will do blind buys, and that's fun. So I don't do that often anymore, or it's not as much as when I first started collecting vinyl. I try to buy only what I think I will listen to or what will get multiple spins down the road. So sample music before you buy. You will save a ton of money that way too. If you make videos, or if you watch a lot of videos and read the comments, you'll find that people give a lot of recommendations of bands to check out, albums to check out, genres. I keep a notebook by my computer, and it's just full of recommendations I've gotten from other VC members on certain albums to check out, certain new bands I haven't heard about. It's really been an educational experience, and it's really fun to sample these artists because you may find a new favorite and then you'll want to go out and buy all their albums. But just keep a notebook and write them down, because you'll thank yourself later, and you'll eventually you'll get around to sampling them like on YouTube, or we use Apple Music. That's pretty much where I sample all the music before I buy. Another thing is, go to all your local record stores and find out which stores have the best selection and best prices. Then you'll know like which stores you want to frequent, and also learn which stores offer like the best trade-in value for a stack of records you may bring in. So I have one particular store in town where I bring all of my trades because I know they're gonna give me the best return for what I take in. So I've had to get like a couple quotes from different stores in town, and you'll learn which stores offer the best trades that way, and kind of make contacts too, because you may find like someone in particular at a store will offer you a better deal. So that's just a little piece of helpful advice. I go through my collection probably every 1 to 2 months just to pare it down. I don't like to be a hoarder. I like to go through my records and say, okay, am I gonna be listening to this a few years in, or is it gonna be something where I just listen to it once and then that's it? So I like to get rid of records. I usually go through my records, like I said, every 1 to 2 months, and I figure out, okay, can I give some of these as VCLT? Do I know someone who's gonna really enjoy this? Or do I decide to trade it into one of my local stores and, you know, get money so I can support my habit even further so I can buy more vinyl? Because, I mean, we're all addicts here. We need money to get more vinyl like every month or so. The only downside to that I've been figuring out is that I may regret something, like getting rid of something later on, just because I got rid of it too quickly. This has only happened on maybe 1 or 2 occasions where I've regretted giving something away like so soon. But as a whole, I found it to be really beneficial in keeping my collection more manageable. And actually one of my resolutions this year is to put my whole collection into either Discogs or do what my friend Garen in Omaha, when we visited him last year, he had just a Word document of all of the records he owns, and he keeps it like by his computer, so like as a quick reference. So I plan on doing that, or just the Discogs route is gonna take a long time, I know, but it'll be worth it in the end, just so you know what you have and so you don't buy duplicates, because I've heard of a lot of people buying duplicate albums that they didn't realize, and they're like, oh crap, you know, now I have 2 albums. So I don't want to be doing that. My money is not as available as maybe some other people, so I need to be careful on what I buy. Kind of touching on that, the money part, take breaks when you need to. There's been 1 or 2 occasions so far already where I've like exceeded my buying limit and I've had to take a break for like 1 or 2 months where I went a little too overboard and then my account was suffering. So don't get in that situation. Just kind of maybe look at your account every month or at the start of every month and figure out, like, budget how much you can spend, and you'll thank yourself later. Your account will too. Also, like, if I need to take a break from buying vinyl, I buy used CDs if I really need that fix of buying like new music. Like if you don't just want to sample online, just like, I get a lot of enjoyment from used CDs still, so I do buy quite a bit of used CDs. And I love the 90s, so a lot of my favorite 90s albums haven't been pressed to vinyl yet, so my only option is to buy a used CD copy of them. One of my favorite places to buy used CDs online is actually secondspin.com. I will leave a link down below if you want to check that out. And they have sales every once in a while, like 20% off, free shipping. It's a pretty good website. They don't have everything, but they might have something that you've been looking for a while that you can't find locally. Next thing is learn the different avenues of buying vinyl. So obviously buy locally when you can, support your local stores. My personal favorite place to buy records is actually at the record shows. So here in Omaha, there's like 3 per year. And Chris and I, last year we went to all 3, I believe. And then we went to the one in Des Moines, which is 2 hours away. So I know some of you may live in bigger cities where there's more record shows to go to, but there's only 3 here per year. So I have my best luck at record shows. I think I've mentioned this in several videos, but you know, the vendors there who are selling their records at the record shows want to get rid of their stock right then and there that day. So they're most likely to offer you some really good deals if you buy like multiple albums from a single vendor. So I've saved a lot of money buying records at record shows. I kind of have like a mental list before I go, okay, I'm looking for this artist or band, this album. But a lot of times I will do blind buys at record shows too. That's just part of the fun of the record show. So record shows are my favorite. And then I also buy online quite a bit just because I like getting packages in the mail. Yes, I will admit that. It's too fun, you guys. So Amazon is an online store I frequent quite a bit. In fact, you can get some really good deals if you save albums in your wish list and you check the prices of them every week because Amazon fluctuates on their prices. Like, for instance, I just bought Massive Attack's Mezzanine, which I've had on CD forever, but I really want it on vinyl. So earlier this week, the price of that vinyl was $26, and then yesterday I noticed it went down to like $21. So I jumped on that and I got Mezzanine yesterday, and I think it'll be coming in a few days. But that's a big source of my vinyl is Amazon. Also, eBay is another place I frequent. Chris sells on eBay, so he'll let me know like if there's a 15 or 20% off site-wide sale going on. And I also have the app on my phone, so I check it every single day to see if there's a sale, and usually I'll get in on the site-wide sale. I have a vendor on there that's like my favorite, and most of the year they offer a deal where it's 20% off if you buy a certain amount of music. The site is Get Import CDs. I'm sure you guys have heard of it, but so you can get up to 35 to 40% off your total order if you wait for the site-wide sale on eBay. So that's like one of my favorite places to buy vinyl too. And then, you know, there's other sites like I have a few bands and artists I follow that I will pre-order albums on their website if I find out there's something I want. Like, for instance, the Blake Babies, they're reissuing a compilation album in a few months, and I just pre-ordered it. It's called Innocence and Experience, and it's like just a best of. So I'm looking forward to getting that. And yeah, just follow your favorite groups and check the websites often to see if there's something you want to pre-order. Obviously, Discogs is another really good asset for those of us who buy vinyl. You can get some rare pressings on there, some rare vinyl. I've only used it about 4 times, but it is a really useful and helpful website for us. So that's pretty much all I wanted to share. This idea kind of just popped up in my head today, so I wanted to, you know, jot some notes and get the video done quickly while it's still fresh in my brain. Let me know what your collecting habits are. You guys, I mean, most of you have been doing this for several years, so you know, if you want to do a response video or if you want to leave comments below, hey, feel free to share for everyone. I just thought it might be helpful for those who are newer into the vinyl craze. So that's all I got today, you guys. I have more videos coming. I'm probably going to be one of the last people to do the vinyl tag video, but you know, I was sick for close to 2 weeks there here in January. I'm finally just getting over it. So my my vinyl tag video is going to be quite late compared to most of you. And then I have a finds video coming up too, which I'm showing both vinyl and CDs. I'm really excited about it. Lots of good stuff. So stay tuned for that. I've gotten an amazing response for my contest, my 1,000 subscribers contest. There's still time for you to enter. Next week, probably towards the end of the week, I'm gonna do like an update video of the contest where I just say like who has entered, and make sure you check that your name is on there so I don't forget anybody. And just another reminder that the contest, I will be disabling the comments on that video next Sunday, the 27th. So that's the last day you can enter, and then we'll do the drawing that week sometime. So you have a little bit of time to get your entries in. Join if you want. It's a lot of fun. All right, you guys, have an amazing weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye.